Hello, guys. Monday. Happy Monday. How's everyone doing today? I'm Amy with Lulu Bean Designs. Welcome to this week's first live. This is one of the February files for my SVG Clubhouse that we're painting today. If you tuned in last week, we painted 3 of the projects for SVG Clubhouse for the month of February on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And today we are painting the last project for the club, and that is our shaker file. So if you've never made a shaker before, you are in for a treat. They're super fun. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Laura. How are y'all doing today? Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where y'all are from. If you're joining me, then please comment and let me know where you're watching from and what's going on today. If you did not get your text notification that I was going live, text the number at the bottom of the screen that's scrolling there, and you can get added to my notification list, and I'll send you a text when I'm getting ready to go live. So we are painting the projects for, like I said, for my SVG Clubhouse. And if you don't know what SVG Clubhouse is, I will explain that. This is my private membership group that I run, and we only open the doors 4 times a year for new members, and we're opening the doors tomorrow. So I'm super excited. We're going to be letting a bunch of new members in. So if you're interested in joining, then you can click the link in the video description and go sign up to be notified when the doors open, if you're not already on the waiting list. Hello, Diana. How are you? Thank y'all for the stars, and thank you for sprinkling. I really appreciate it. If you sprinkle, please comment sprinkled so that I know that you shared the video, and I can enter you to win my free file drawing each month that I do. Okay, so I'm going to start painting, but I'm also going to chit chat with y'all a little bit about the club and just let you know what it includes and answer any questions that y'all might have. So we have been up and running for almost a year, and it's been a whirlwind. We have had so much fun. We're making all sorts of fun things in there, and I'm just really excited that we're going to be opening the doors and letting some new members in. Hey, Nikki, how are you? Yeah, this one is going to, whoops, I need to shake this up. This one's going to be fun. I haven't done a shaker live in a while, so I think this is going to be really fun. I was playing around on Procreate with colors, and I'm going to try to do like a little ombre sky kind of color scheme here on the background. So let me see how that goes. So I've got a couple shades of blue. This is Whispering Turquoise, and this is Calypso Blue. I love that one. That's so bright and pretty. These are both deco art. I use a lot of deco art paint, the matte finish. Okay, so I am just going to start with a little bit of a light blue down here at the bottom. I want to do kind of a sky ombre kind of thing. We'll see how this goes. I haven't done an ombre paint job in a while. So I did a couple back over Halloween. We did some fun ombre, I don't know what to call it, ombre paint scheme, ombre technique, I guess. So this should be really fun. So my SVG Clubhouse, if you are interested in learning more information, like I said, the link is in the video description. What that includes is you get 4 files a month that are exclusive to the group. So I don't ever sell those files anywhere else. They don't ever go for sale in my Etsy shop. They are only available to members. And so you get 4 files a month, and those files are always a tiered tray set, a shaker set, which is what we're making today, a door hanger, and then something else. This paint is running out. We got to make a paint run. And the something else can be lots of different things. We have a couple of fun projects we're going to be working on this week, and I'll show y'all pictures of those in just a minute. Different things like banners, shelf sitters, ornaments, all sorts of things. all sorts of different things that we make. So in addition to getting 4 files a month, you get 50% off of all my files in my Etsy shop anytime. So you get a monthly coupon code. You can use it unlimited. You can buy as many files as you want at half off all the time. So that's one of the big perks of being in the membership group. And we also do a virtual paint party each month. I need a lot more of this paint. You get access to our private Facebook group. You get access to our membership portal. And we, in the Facebook group, you can always pop in there and ask questions if you have questions about the file or using your machine, just questions about pricing, projects, any kind of laser related questions. You can always feel free to ask in there. We are a community of crafters. We share ideas. I think everyone in our group is just so friendly and nice, and there's never any judging. There's never any drama in there. We just have such a nice group of folks, and I just really enjoy the community that we have built. So we hope that you will join us. It's only $15 a month. There's no obligation. You can leave at any time. Let's see. Hello from Virginia. Oh, you're from Virginia too, Sue. Iowa. Sprinkles, Jennifer, sprinkling just means sharing. We're not really supposed to say, I see a couple of people went ahead and commented that. Yeah, they're, Facebook is just funny about that word for some reason. So we call it sprinkling in the craft world. It's just a fun little, substitute word that we made up. So I want this to be a little bit of a darker shade at the top. We're going to blend these colors together. I just need to get a little bit more paint on here first. In addition to the 4 files that you get each month, guys, we are doing bonus files this month. So whenever we open the doors to new members, we offer bonus files. And whenever we do that, current members that are already in the group automatically get all the bonus files. So they're very excited because tomorrow morning they're going to get an email with all their bonus files for the week there as well. And if you join on the first day, the doors open, which is tomorrow, then you can get all the bonus files. Every day that goes, you don't join, a bonus file does get dropped. So we start off with 5 bonuses at the beginning of launch. And then we drop a file each day. So there are 5 total. And then we close doors Sunday night. So we're open tomorrow, so Tuesday through Sunday. And by Sunday, the bonuses are all gone, but you can still join on that day. But I highly recommend that you join on the first day because then you get all the bonuses and they are so much fun. I'm going to show you pictures of them in just a minute. I'm going to do some paint blending here in just a moment. It is, Laura. It's not overly busy. I try not to overwhelm y'all with too much stuff. I feel like everybody in there, can breathe and has the space to ask questions and their posts don't get buried. So even though we have a fairly large group and there's a lot of interaction in there, I feel like you can ask a question and somebody is going to answer. Usually somebody will pop in there before I can even get to it and answer the question. Okay, I want this lighter at the top. So we're going to start doing a little blending here. I might have to add some water to this. See. Someone's watching from Ohio. Got people watching from all over today. Thank y'all so much for joining me. All right, let's add a little bit of white in here to lighten this up a little bit. Why do I always have to sneeze when I go live, y'all? What is the deal? I feel like every time I go live, I'm holding back a sneeze. Maybe, is that like a nervous thing? I don't know. So I'm just blending over here. I'm just taking a little white, a little blue. I'm just sort of blending. It looks like a hot mess for a while, and then I just play with it until I get it how I want it. I am by no means an expert painter. I just enjoy doing it. So I just sort of do my own thing and hope that it looks good. Get a little bit of water on my brush too. Sometimes we have happy accidents, like Bob Ross always said. Happy little accidents. I used to love to watch him paint. Did you guys ever watch Bob Ross paint? I'm just mixing all my blues up over here, trying to get what I want this to look like. This is going to have April showers, bring May flowers. Are you guys ready for spring? I'm so ready for spring. I am over this winter weather. Absolutely over it. I'm over the cold. We have to go on a wood run tonight. My husband and I, we've needed wood for a few days now, but we've waited because we were waiting for it to warm up a little bit before we ran out and have to, we have to cut wood outside. So, okay. Maybe a little bit lighter. Let me see. Maybe we'll start with a little bit more white at the bottom and blend up. I feel like I need my paintbrush to be wetter to get these colors moving. There we go. Another person I love to watch paint is, I've said this before, Christina Werner. Does anybody watch her on YouTube? She's amazing. She does watercolor painting. Well, she doesn't just do watercolor painting. She does all kinds of painting, but I love to watch her watercolor and her like paint blending. I think that's what I needed. I needed more water to get this to look like I want it to look. I'm getting paint all over my hand. I'm trying to like hold it up. I don't know why. I feel like I can just see it better like that. There we go. I didn't want it too dark. I wanted it more like a daytime sky than a nighttime sky. Okay. That looks more like a sky to me. She is very talented. I love her. Okay, let me get this paint off my hands because I got paint everywhere, y'all. I need a baby wipe. So that is our background board. I've cut all of this, the background and the frame out of 1/4-inch maple. I did cut it with my Thunder laser. You can cut it with your Glowforge, but I just always cut thicker wood with my Thunder because I can do it quicker. And I usually have something smaller on my Glowforge at the same time. Sometimes I have 2 lasers running at the same time. Okay, so let me show you really quick the bonuses that we're going to be doing while this board dries. I'm trying not to get paint on my shirt. So we have got, scroll down there. Okay, so if you join tomorrow, this is the first bonus project that we're going to have. I put a picture on all over social media. A lot of y'all have already seen this picture, but these are our bunny tags that are the rattan pattern, and you can engrave a name on them. So those are our bunny tags that you can hang on like an Easter basket or just like a cute little Easter trinket. So those are the bonus for tomorrow. So if you want to get these, you have to join tomorrow, because after tomorrow, this file does go away. So you get the two different styles of bunnies. And tomorrow I'm going to go live. I'm aiming for 1 o'clock tomorrow, and I'm going to show you how to add the little beads at the top. I have a special tool that I bought that is really handy for that. So we're going to be doing those. And then the next day, the bonus is this spring bunny shelf sitter. So we're going to be making this, and I've got some little cotton, like little felt balls that I'm going to be using for their tails. So I'm not going to be using the little wood cutout tails. You can if you want to. They're included in the file, but I'm actually going to be gluing on some little cute little cotton tails on there when we make those. So that is Wednesday. So after Wednesday, that file goes away. And then Thursday is this is a big file. This is a rattan frame with interchangeable attachments at the bottom. So there's one for every season, and they're attached to the little board at the bottom, and you can just pop them in and out, and you can engrave a name at the top if you want to. And then the picture, I'll show you the back of it when we paint it live on Thursday. And that it's like a place on the back that you can just pop the picture frame down into. And then Friday, we're going to be painting this Hello Spring rattan sign. And I'm thinking that I'm probably going to Mod Podge some cardstock behind the Hello Spring. I bought a couple of different sheets, so I'm going to try to play with some Mod Podge that day. That should be fun. And then on Saturday, our last file that you get, if you sign up by Saturday, you can still grab this Birthday Wishes bicycle door hanger. And we're going to paint that Saturday. And we have a file similar to this that we did last spring in the group that is had flowers in the little basket. So instead of flowers this time, we've got the balloons and the little present in the basket. So we're painting that on Saturday. So like I said, if you join tomorrow, you get all the bonuses, but each day that you don't join, a bonus goes away. And then by Saturday, this is the last one that's left that you can still get. And then we close the doors Sunday at midnight. So those are all the bonuses. And let me get back to the comments so I can see. Oh, Laura, you got the Sam's Club wipes. They are good. They just arrived, 100 years worth of wipes. I did that from Costco one time. I ordered a huge amount of wipes from Costco. They lasted me forever. They lasted me years. Okay, so my board is looking good, y'all. It's like a sky, like I wanted it. So I'm going to set that over here to dry. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to paint our frame. So I'm just going to do this in white. When do you do the beautiful tags? Do you mean the bunny tags I just showed? Those are tomorrow. We are going to be assembling those tomorrow. I won't say painting because we don't even have to paint them. They're cut out of that proof grade draft board that you get when you order your Glowforge. So it's like the MDF stuff that's like 1/8 inch thick. They are they're cut out of that, and I like that finish. I cut things out all the time out of that, and I don't paint it because I just think it's so pretty. So this is just white chalk paint, y'all, that I'm putting on my frame. And this this frame, this piece, I think this measures, if I'm not mistaken, it's 10.5 by 16 is what this measures. You also, as part of your membership, you get marketing photos each month that you can use to sell your products. So all the 4 projects that you get each month as a group member, I give you all the marketing photos, both blank and finished, for those files. So you have all that work is done for you. You don't have to worry about it. So you get those. I give you a detailed supply list with clickable links. So you can just go and grab whatever supplies you need to make the projects. All the work is done for you. So it just makes it super easy. So if you're a beginner laser owner or Glowforge owner and you're looking for project inspiration and you're looking for just a helpful group where your projects are just provided to you with all the supplies and the links and everything and the pictures, this is the group for you. It just makes it super, super simple. Okay, got a little paint on my edges. What I probably would end up doing with this one is just going ahead and painting the edge rather than trying to touch it all up, just because I got so much. Oh, you're welcome, Laura, because I got quite a bit of paint on the edges, but I'll touch that up later. All right, we're going to let that piece dry. Yeah, I don't remember where my baby wipes came from. This package, oops. Where did I get these from? These have been good ones. Oh, these are Amazon. It does say Amazon on there. Is it Deja? Am I saying that right? Hope I'm not slaughtering your name. I'm sorry if I am. You need simple at this point? Yes. This keeps everything very simple and does all the unfun things for you. So I don't know. I feel like it's the perfect little arrangement to just, make this hobby not overwhelming. Because when you get your laser, I feel like it can be a little overwhelming to know where to start and which files to buy and all of that. And it just makes it a little bit easier. All right, I'm looking for some greens. So you guys, the way shakers work is we cut out 2 layers of the items on the board that are going to be shaker items. So in this instance, our umbrella top and our flower are shaker pieces. So I've cut a 1/4 inch piece and an 1/8 inch piece for both of these. And it's not confusing in the file. The file is broken down for you. It tells you each part is separate. It'll say, cut these items out of 1/8 inch, these items out of 1/4 inch, and then I'll show you the other part here in just a minute. But everything, it tells you how to do it all. So it's not confusing. And when I put it all together, you'll see how simple it is. I have had people say that they've cut everything out of 1/8 inch and not used any 1/4 inch wood and that it's been fine. But if you do that, you probably need to make sure that your sequins are relatively small so that they have room to slide around in there. Because if your materials aren't thick enough and you have big chunky sequins, then they're not going to be able to move and it's not going to actually, shake like it's supposed to. All right, so I'm going to use a little bit of this green. This is Hauser Light Green. And then I'm also going to be using a little bit of Citron just to give it a little dimension. I keep losing my paper towel. I don't know what I did. Did I throw it away? Maybe it got so wet and I threw it away. That must be what I did. Okay, so this is just our little tulip base here. Just going to get some paint on that. And then maybe a little bit of the Citron just to give it a little shadowing, a little dimension, brighten it up a little bit. Okay. And it's hard to tell on this overhead cam, especially with the ring light and the glare down on this white surface. Sometimes it's hard to see the colors until we get all done. So just know that that green does not look very pretty on camera, but it is pretty. Okay, so these little rain boots. The reason why I have 2 of these is because I want everything on my background to be the same depth. Okay, so if I'm going to be cutting my flowers, well, I want the pieces that touch to be the same depth. I'm trying to make this not confusing. So my umbrella is going to be touching my boots. So I went ahead and I cut this solid backer out of 1/4 inch wood. Okay. And again, it's all in the file for you. It makes it simple. It's not confusing, I promise. So we're going to paint. These are the only ones that are going to show. We don't have to paint this one. We just have to paint the part on top that shows. Okay. So we're going to do that yellow, because I would like some bright yellow rain boots. But okay, actually, I'm going to paint them white first, because white under the yellow will make the yellow brighter, make it show up better. So let's do some white first. I hate painting white for y'all because I feel like it's so boring, but it's going to make our yellow look much prettier when we're done. Oh, thank you so much, Sue. You've only been using your laser for 8 months. You've used most of the files from the group and haven't had any problems. I'm so glad. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. We have fun in there. There's lots of fun files. You can get in there. Once you get in, if you join and you see that there were files from another month that you missed before you were a member, you can purchase those. We have a membership portal that houses all our files, and you can go and purchase the past month's files in there. So just doing a little base coat of white on here so I can paint some bright yellow rain boots, because I think those will be so cute. And then we're going to do some polka dots on them. Okay. Let's see. Making sure I don't miss any of your comments. All right, we'll let those dry. And this is the little buckle for the boots. So I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do this in silver or gray. Let me see how the silver shows up. Oh, good, Tammy, you're joining tomorrow. Awesome. I'm so excited. All right, I'm going to do this in silver because then I can see the little score line on the buckle through it, and I can do some highlights with my paint pen when that dries. So a little bit darker. There we go. Our little buckle. And okay, that's the middle of that one. This one's going to be underneath. I'm trying to get all my pieces together here. Okay, so now we are going to paint our, okay. We don't need the thick piece of the umbrella, and we don't need the thick piece of the flower. We just need these, we need our 1/8 inch pieces. And then we need our umbrella base. For these, you guys, it doesn't matter which one you put on top, whether you put the thick one or the thin one. It really doesn't matter. I just do this so that they'll all be the same thickness. So I'm just picking one. It doesn't really matter. This one I painted the thicker piece, so maybe for this one I'll paint the thicker piece as well. All right, so our umbrella, we're going to do the outside of the umbrella in white. So I'll use my Posca pen for that. And this all makes sense when I start putting it together. If you haven't painted a shaker before, you're probably very confused. But I promise you, it's not hard. And sometimes I forget and I do paint pieces that layer on top of other pieces. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I didn't need to paint that piece. It's not going to show. It's okay. I still do it, even though I've been making shakers for a year. Just remember that this is all supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be stressful. Painting is a stress reliever, or it's supposed to be. I don't think painting my house is a stress reliever. I think painting laser stuff is a stress reliever. I don't think I'll ever paint a room in my house again. I am too old for that. I have painted every room in my house twice, if not 3 times, and I am done, y'all. I'm not doing that again. I just said that is it for me. All right, so I'm going to need to do a second coat, of course, on that one. And let's do, let me think. Okay, so this is going to need to be white as well. Because our pops of color are going to be our sequins. So we don't want everything else to be too colorful because then our sequins won't pop out. We don't want it to be gaudy and like busy, too busy. There's that. And what else do we need to do? All right, let's go ahead and do, we need to paint our flower. So I'm going to paint our flower pink. I'm thinking, is this pink going to be, am I going to be able to get away with the paint pen? I think maybe I will. Does it matter if you do not have any 1/8" wood? You're probably going to want to use some 1/8" wood. You're probably going to want to get some. I get mine on Amazon. You could do this all out of 1/4 inch, but your sign would just be so bulky because you're going to have 2 layers of 1/4 inch wood, and that's going to just be super thick. I recommend getting some 1/8" wood. I say that I cut almost all 1/4 inch wood, but 1/8" wood is so much fun because it cuts so fast. It's so thin. It's like, it just cuts like butter. Like 1/4 inch, even with my Thunder laser, if I haven't cleaned my my lens and my mirrors, and I've been cutting a whole bunch of stuff, sometimes I'll cut through 1/4 inch wood and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to do a second pass. And I do a second pass. So obviously with the Glowforge, you're gonna have that issue because it's not as powerful. But if I have everything cleaned perfectly, my Thunder laser will cut through 1/4 inch like butter. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes I just am so busy and I don't get around to doing all that. I'm trying to figure out why I have 2 1/4 inch umbrella bases. Why do I have 2 of those? I do not know how that happened. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's do our yellow on our boots. Let's do that. Sue, you said you will never again paint a room in your house. Nope. Girl, I'm done. I'm done with that. And I have painted a lot of rooms in my day, and I am done. I found a really great painter who came and did, last year he came, he had a team of like 4 people. They were so awesome. They were just the sweetest, and they painted downstairs for me. They did all my ceilings, all my doors, and all my trim. Well, they did my walls too, of course, but there's no way that I would ever have taken on painting ceilings, doors, and trim. That was where I drew the line. And I said, well, if they're going to do that, they might as well just go ahead and like do all of it. You know what I mean? Okay, so look how bright and pretty that yellow is now that we've done white underneath it. It makes all the difference in the world if you do some white underneath your yellow. And you could probably do a paint pen for this too, but I really wanted like a brighter shade than I had in a paint pen. Let that dry so we can do our little polka dots. Fun, fun. I'm going to do a second coat of white on this, and then we'll do our raindrops and our lettering. Oh, I swear, there's always a dog hair in my paint. Do y'all have that problem at your house? I might have to do 3 coats of white on this. Yeah, I'm not going to be happy with this. I'm going to have to do a third coat of white. You know, sometimes white does that. You always have hair everywhere. You guys, a few of y'all, I can't see your names. If there's a pop-up that says click to allow StreamYard to share your name, please click that, because sometimes if you're watching from a Facebook group, I can't see your name unless you click that. It just says Facebook user. I'm broadcasting to 3 places. I'm on my page and then I'm in 2 groups. So those of y'all in groups, sometimes it'll just say Facebook user and I can't see who you are. All right, we're going to do a third coat of that in just a minute. I think my white is maybe running thin. I have backup white paint pens. Don't despair. I can pull from my backups. I'm trying to make this one last, but it's getting a little thin. All right, let's do our raindrops. And we'll make those gray. So if any of y'all have questions about the clubhouse, feel free to ask. If you are on the waiting list, I will notify you tomorrow via email when the doors open. I will also send out a text to everybody on my text list. I'm not going to send the text out super early though. So I'm not going to send that out right when the doors open, because I usually open up the doors at like 8 a.m. I don't want to text y'all at 8 a.m. because 8 a.m. to me is 5 a.m. to some of y'all. And I don't want to text people at that hour because I never know if people have their phone turned on or not. So I'll wait a few hours before I send the text out, but I will send the email out early. My husband got a text the other day, y'all, at like 4 a.m, and he thought he had his phone on silent, but it was a spam text at 4 a.m. that was like, you've qualified for a free trial of CBD oil. And he's like, my husband, he's not the CBD oil type at all. So just really, really weird and random that came on his phone. Okay, so let's do April showers. I was going to do that in the pink, so we'll just use our paint pen for that. Brenda, yes, if you join the clubhouse, you can purchase the past month's files. They are in the membership portal and available for purchase. So you can always go back and see what's available. Well, everything's available, but you can see what we've done in the past and you can purchase those past files. But they never go up for sale to the public. They're the files. What happens in SVG Clubhouse, y'all, stays in SVG Clubhouse. This is going to be fun once we get it all put together and y'all see how this works. Those of y'all who haven't done a shaker before. This is the little dot on the eye. Okay. And we'll do showers in pink as well. I like this pink shade from Posca. This is just, the color is just pink. They're very simple with their names. It's usually either dark, light, or just whatever the regular color is. They don't make up any crazy names to have to try to remember. once we get these letters painted, we can start playing with sequins, and that would be so fun. Okay, there is that. And then I'm going to do Bring May Flowers. We're going to do in, I think navy. I'm going to do that in navy. I don't want to do black. I don't like to use a lot of black in my spring stuff. I like to maybe use black and some accents. This looks really dark on camera, but it's definitely, I don't know if you can see it when the light hits it. It's definitely like a royal blue. And this is the Posca. It's just blue. Just plain old blue. If you guys don't have Posca pens, you got to get you a set of Posca pens. They make your laser life a cakewalk. They really do make it a lot easier. It's like adult coloring too. And it's nice because you don't get paint all over the edges with paint pens. And a lot of them are one coat coverage. Like this color, I don't need to do a second coat of this color at all. This is absolutely as dark as I want this blue to be. But you don't see the wood through it. Like it's definitely good coverage. This is a lot of letters to sit and watch me paint. So I thank y'all who are hanging in there watching me paint these letters. Oh, I see my camera just went out. That was quick. I feel like my camera usually takes longer to go out than that. Have I been live that long already? This is my little curse that we don't ever know why this happens. You guys who watch me, you know. If you know, you know. It's never gone out twice, but there's a first time for everything. So we'll see if it does it again because we still have a little bit of work to do. So it may go out again. We'll see. Does anybody know a good app that's fast for if you accidentally film a video not in time lapse and you need it to be time lapse? Tell me if you know a good app that doesn't take forever to convert your video to time lapse. I don't understand why that just can't be like a button on your iPhone. It must, I guess it's more complicated than that, but I would think that you could just click on your video and make it a time lapse, but you cannot. So I got this app the other night called Lapsit to try to turn one of my videos into a time lapse because I accidentally hit the wrong button when I was filming and it took forever. It converted it, but it took a long time. And then I know there's iMovie, but iMovie is iMovie makes your video screen size smaller, and there's nothing you can do about it. It like automatically reduces the aspect ratio of your movie when you try to do it on iMovie, unless there's something that I don't know of. Yeah, Laura, you know it's usually longer before my camera goes out, so who knows? I can almost time it. I should time it one day and see what the average is. I feel like it's 30 minutes-ish that my camera typically does that. It feels like 30 minutes to me. I don't know. I've never looked at the clock. Do you paint all your designs with Posca pens? Well, Brenda, if you weren't watching the beginning, I did do some painting without pens, but the letters on here I'm doing with all pens just because of the size of them. But no, I use a lot of deco art and chalk paint. But for small pieces and lettering, like small lettering like this, I feel like a paint pen is just the easiest to not make a mess. But like I said, thank y'all for hanging in with me because, well, I don't know. It might honestly take just as long if I was using a paintbrush. And I'd have to clean up my edges because I would have made a big mess by now with these little letters. I'm trying to go fast so y'all don't have to sit here watching me do this forever. But I know some people are watching the replay and they can just fast forward it. All right, let's do one more coat of white. Oh, the white. Do we have anything else to paint? I don't think we do. The polka dots. That's what we have to paint. Let me see if I have another white pen, like readily available. Is that the same size? Yeah, it is. Let me see if this one of these is really not a good Posca, and I probably should have pitched it in the trash can a long time ago. I think that's what this one is. It's like watery. I have a whole bunch of pens. Here we go, y'all. Look, backup pens. Oh, it's been 45 minutes. Laura said it was time for my camera to cut out. Well, time flies when you're having fun, right? Okay. We got a whole pack of white. Let's get some more white flowing here. All right, it's going to be a minute. Y'all know how it goes with the brand new pen. I feel like how many pumps does it take? You know, like how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll? How many pumps does it take to get the paint flowing on a Posca pen? There we go. This feels smaller. It's not. I don't know why it feels smaller. Weird. So this one is a little bit streaky. Y'all forgive my Posca complaining. There we go. We just need to get the paint flowing. I had that one that just basically dried up on me. Was my favorite white Posca ever. It wasn't streaky at all. The paint just flowed so nicely. I'm kind of afraid I'll never have another one like him. He was such a good pen. Mourning the loss of my other white Posca pen. Yeah, this one's kind of streaky, but maybe it's just because it's new. Oh, don't like streaky pens. Don't make me break out the chalk paint. I really do not want to do that. It's probably because I'm not letting things dry enough because I'm live. I probably just need to set this aside and let it dry. It's streaky, but maybe y'all can't see that. It doesn't look streaky on camera, hopefully. All right. That is not cutting it, y'all. Get my mermaid paintbrush out. I like these pretty paintbrushes. I love these. All right, let's do white chalk paint on here. Now, we need to do white polka dots on here. but I'm debating on, because my plan was to use just a pen to do that, but I don't know. Let's see how that ends up looking. Yeah, that'll be good. All right, we'll be good. So I don't have a sponge pouncer that is small. So I'm just freehanding these. And I don't freehand a whole lot of painting. But these are small, so I think I can get away with it. I think I'm going to do some black on the base of those. Just to give them a little something, something. Can y'all see that? Has anybody been watching 1883? Did a new episode come on last night? Because my husband and I thought we had an episode recorded and we didn't have one. So they must not have done one last Sunday night. Does anybody know? I love that show. Oh, this is gold. I do not want gold. I want black. That's black. Laura, you have terrible luck with white and black, Posca. Now, see, I don't have any trouble with black. I love the black. So I'm just putting like a sole on these shoes. I just feel like they need a little something at the bottom. There we go. And I might want to go ahead and make that buckle. No, that looks okay. Yeah, I think that'll look all right. My silver buckle. Okie dokie. Now, it's been a while since I've put a shaker together this big, so y'all bear with me. Let's see which pieces we want to do first so we get everything spaced correctly on here. All right, I'm going to do the frame first and get that clamped on here. Where do you watch 1883? I've been watching on Amazon Prime. I don't know how to say what episode they're on, Sue, without spoiling it, and I don't want to do any spoilers because I don't know the number of episodes. We're watching it on, I think it's Paramount Plus, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's regular Paramount. I think it's Paramount Plus that you have to watch 1883 on. Now, y'all don't look at my sloppy sides here because I do need to touch up my edges, but I'm not going to torment y'all by making y'all sit through that. So they're a little sloppy. Y'all forgive me. Okay, so I just clamp this all the way around the edges. Okay, and I used my stick fast glue. Stick fast. All right, so let me just lay everything out here and just see where we're at before we start gluing and sequining and all of that. All right, these are going to go here-ish. Like that. And then like this. Just so it looks like two separate boots. I just felt like that would make it look more authentic there to have those boots separate. All right, so like that. And look at my picture over here for reference. April showers. Put this up so y'all can see it. Where's my bee? Where's my bee? There it is. Spring May has to go on one line. Spring. I'll get it all straight when I'm done. Let me just get it on here first, and then we'll straighten them out. May. M-A-Y. Flowers go over here. We got to have room for our flower. All right, do y'all see what I mean? Why we need, all right, we got to move some stuff around here. We're not going to have enough room for our flower. Okay, and then I think the problem is this is over more. I'm looking at my picture and I'm trying to figure out why I can't get my stuff on here right, y'all. Hold on. Bear with me. We're going to get it right. We just got to move everything over a little bit. I promise it fits. Everything is going to be all right. Just like we said yesterday, every little thing is going to be all right. It's just a craft. Okay. There we go. Now we're cooking with fire here. Okay, so, and then we got to do our little doodads, our raindrops. Raindrops. Got the raindrop song in my head. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. How's it go? How's that song go? Brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. I am not going to sing for y'all. Trust me when I tell you, you do not want that. I cannot sing. I can't carry a tune. Okay, this is our general layout. Okay, so, and again, y'all know the overhead camera makes everything look darker. I don't know why, but this is the general layout of our sign. Okay, but now we get to play with sequins. So let's glue down some things and then let's play with our sequins. All right, so let's do, I'm getting paint on my hands. Raindrops keep falling on my head. Oh, he found it to download and watch. Maybe it was messed up because of football. Oh, so it was on there? Okay, but no, I'm talking about not last night's episode, the weekend before that. We thought we had one from the previous Sunday that we still hadn't watched. I don't know if they had one on that Sunday. But so you're saying that there was an episode last night? I need to go look. But maybe it was messed up because of football. Maybe so. Yeah, I won't say what happened on the last episode to let y'all know where we are because that would spoil things for some people. I have to say, y'all, look how pretty the back of that is. That did not char at all. Did y'all see how pretty that was? That was pretty wood. It's not because I cleaned my honeycomb tray, though. I can tell y'all that much because that is still a hot mess. I need to clean that bad boy. I did clean my lens. I keep my lens and my mirrors clean. I do stay on top of that. All right. I'm afraid I'm gonna get this on here crooked because I'm not standing up. My chair is like making crackling noises. I put WD-40 on it, but it's still popping and cracking. Who uses 3M tape instead of doing this? Who's the smart person that does it right? Anybody out there? That doesn't just fly by the seat of their pants craft like I do. I'm a fly by the seat of my pants crafter. I'm not a planner. I don't know what happened to me though in my old age because I used to be a planner. I used to be so good, but now I'm not. I think it's a giving up control thing that comes with being a mother because I think I used to plan everything back when I felt like I could control what happened in my life. And then I had children. Does anybody relate? And then you're like, I have no control over anything anymore, right? Let alone these people that I made. Oh, Lord, y'all. Have y'all seen the TikTok where they say, have you made people yet? Have you made your own people? I think that is so funny if you think about it that way. Okay, that's all the letters. Now we don't want to glue that. We do want to glue this. All right, let's glue our thick, this is the thick piece. Now this is where it does matter, okay, y'all? You want to put you want your thick umbrella on the bottom, okay? Don't glue it to your hand like I am. Like I just did. Don't glue your skin. Yes, I get glue everywhere too, so it's awful. He said it was episode 6 he just watched. I will have to see. I don't know what episode I'm on. Oh, thank you, Sue. I wish you could really see it in person. That's why I always like showing y'all a picture because it really does. The colors just, I always say that. I probably sound like a broken record, but the colors just don't look the same on the camera. They look dark. I want them to be bright and cheerful. That's what I'm for here. Because I need some bright colors on this dreary winter day. It's not that dreary. The sun's out at least. Ah! All right, hold on. How'd that go? Let's do this one first. See, this is not that complicated, right, y'all? I mean, it might be a not a beginner project if you just got your laser, but I do have shakers that are smaller than this. This is kind of a bigger shaker project. Okay, same for the flower. You want your flower thick piece to be on the bottom. Okay. Okay. So I think I got everything glued. Let me take my clamps off. Now we're going to do some sequins. And y'all see what a shaker really means, really involves. All right. So I want to do, oops, I'm already dropping sequins. I have some, I don't know if some of these are too big. Let me see. Oh, you know what I meant to do that I did not do, y'all? I meant to make, okay, see, this is why y'all do as I say and not as I do, okay? All right. If I could go back in time to the beginning of this video, this is what I would do. I would take a pencil and I would go in here and do like this. And then I would paint this white, okay? Because I want what's behind here to not be blue, okay? I don't really know that I can remedy that situation at this point because I literally just glued those pieces down and that glue, it sticks, like sticks. Let me think. I have an idea. Okay, I have an idea. I'm going to fix this. This is what I'm going to do. But, oh, thank you, Sue. I like how the umbrella and the boots fit together too. Okay, this is crafting improvisation. Is that right? Is that the right word? Improvisation? Am I saying that right? Okay, this is what we're going to do. We are going to improvising. We're going to take a piece of paper just because I want y'all to see the look of how this is supposed to go together. And I'm going back to my paper crafting days. You could also cut this with your laser. Did y'all know that you can cut paper with your laser? And I'm going to just lucky I had white cardstock handy, right, y'all? All right, we're going to, oh, you know what this is called? You know, I haven't done this in a while. This is called fussy cutting. Did y'all ever call it that? Did anybody paper craft before they laser crafted? Did y'all do fussy cutting? You need a little pair of scissors and you need to not ever close them more than halfway. And you move your paper, not your scissors. See, all of my paper crafting skills are coming back. Kind of like when I go back to nursing, my nursing skills come back. Just like I could probably still start an IV, I can still fussy cut. We're just doing all kinds of weird things today, right, y'all? You've never used that word, Tracy? I promise you it's a thing. It really is. But I want my sequins to show up. They're not going to show up if it's blue on the background. That's not going to look good. These are the problems when I go live because I'm too busy talking and I'm not thinking ahead about what I'm doing. And then I'm like, oh, nope, that's not what I meant to do. And it's glued. It's already glued. So you have to improvise. So I am very stocked on scrapbooking supplies still. You've done it, just not named it. It is called fussy cutting, I promise. I used to watch all kinds of scrapbooking videos. But my sequins are going to be prettier because I did this extra step. All right, I didn't just throw a piece away, did I? No, that's all the pieces I needed. Okay, let's get these. Yep, see, this is going to be fine. It's going to be okay, right, y'all? It's going to be okay. This is not great glue for paper. Just know that, okay? Stick Fast is not paper crafting glue. It's a thing, and it used to stress me out. Do you always use sequins, or what else can you use? No, I don't always use sequins. I have to look and see if I have any that would work for this. I actually forgot that I had, hold on. Is this where they are? All right, let me see if any of these will work. I don't know that they will. Every time I make a shaker, I can't figure out how to make these colors work for what I'm doing. But I bought these on Etsy. Here, let me get these pieces of paper in here before I lose them, since they're white and my table is white. Let me do that. Let me complete one task before I move on to another. I am not a good multitasker. I should know that about myself, because then I forget what I was doing in the beginning. There we go. Okay. All right. So see now, problem solved. It's white. The background is white. Now I have these. These are, I'll hold them up. I showed these to you on a craft haul. See how it says do not eat. So these are from Etsy. I don't have the name of the person who makes these. It was a couple of different shops, but they're clay sparkles, like clay pieces that you can buy. This is going to be really cute when I have a 4th of July project to do. So that one's 4th of July. I've got some Christmas. I've got winter. I should have used the winter ones with stuff. I don't know that any of these are really going to work for this project though, because of the colors that they are. This one's cute. This one's like a purpley, like a unicorn. That would be cute for like a little girl's party. Here's some cute Halloween, like monster eyeball ones. See, they're like little clay. Somebody takes the time to make these. Yeah, they're sprinkles. They look like sprinkles. I don't know why I didn't say that word. They do. This is pink lemonade. Can you see the little pieces of lemonade in there? They're just darling. But this one is my favorite because look, it's got, I gotta make a shaker with these. The camera won't focus. It's St. Patrick's Day. They're leprechaun hats. Y'all don't look at the paint all over my hands. And rainbows. They're really, really cute. But they just, so if you're looking for something besides sequins, then go on Etsy and search for like, I think they're called clay sprinkles or like faux sprinkles probably. They'd probably pop up if you type that in. All right, so we are going to do pink in the flower. This is where I bought some of these at Hobby Lobby, but some of these are big. Oh, but I think they'll work. Oh, they're going to be cute. We don't want that big one in there. That one's too big. So I like to use different shades of the same color, because I feel like it just makes it really pop. That's my favorite thing to do, is just kind of mix up, multiple shades of pink or blue or whatever color you're going for. I'm trying to use some of these little small ones in here. And some of them, I like the iridescent ones because they, you know, when they catch the light, you can see different colors. It's just really pretty. All right, so I have this tool. I've shown this to y'all before. This is called the Silhouette Pick Me Up tool. Except the top is stuck. Goodness. I've never had the top stuck on here before. I wonder if I got glue on it. So this is supposed to pick up the sequins. Let's see if I can get the top off. Oh, there it goes. Okay. It's got like a little tacky tip on it. And it picks up. So like, see, I've got some like stray sprinkles on here, and I can just pick them up with this tool because they tend to stick to you. They're very staticky. So I like this tool for that purpose. I just already had it because I, you know, like I said, I did paper crafting. So I just thought that will work, and I pulled it out and it's been great. Okay, so pink in there. And this is how this works. So I've got pieces of acetate that I cut out. So if you're not familiar with acetate, acetate is also a paper crafting thing, but basically you can get sheets of acetate. I think Mylar might be the same thing if I'm not mistaken. If y'all use Mylar, tell me if you, I'm looking for my little weeding tool, but I don't think it's around here. Here's one. This particular acetate has a paper backing, which is what I'm trying to get off right now because it's really stuck on there. It's clear plastic. You can use acrylic if you prefer to use acrylic, or you have acrylic on hand, but you're going to want to use really thin acrylic because you don't want this to be like a super thick project time it's all said and done. Okay, but these come in sheets. You can get them on Amazon. I've got paint stuck to this one I'm trying to get off. I tried to keep it clean, but it somehow got paint splattered on it. Anyway, you can cut them out with your laser. Some people ask me all the time, can I cut it with my Silhouette or Cricut? You can, but honestly, why would you? If you're already using your laser to cut everything else, you can use your laser to cut acetate. Okay, so this, if you can see it, this is the flower, okay? And I'm going to be super careful with my glue. And I'm just going to put, actually, let me see if I can get the top off of this Gorilla Glue, because if I can, I think I'm going to use this instead. I think this has a brush tip. Just because that glue bottle is so big, but I don't know. This might be stuck shut. I'm not having any luck today, y'all, with my glue. All right, let me see if this comes out of this little... comes out of here or not. That is not going to come out of there. Okay. All right, so that's not going to work. I'm going to have to play with that later and get it running again. So I'm just going to be very, very careful with my big giant bottle of glue because you don't want to get glue down inside it all. So just a little tiny bit is all it's going to take. Okay, whoops, a little tiny bit on that side. All right, and then I'm gluing my piece of acetate on, so my clear piece. Make sure that you've got it right where you want it if you're using Stick Fast, because you're not going to have a lot of wiggle room before it dries. And then your top piece, which is the piece that I painted, the 1/8 inch. And I'm just going to hold that on there just to make sure it's on there good. Yes, faux confetti. You probably can search for faux confetti. Dang squirrels. That is the truth. That is so me. Squirrel. What was I doing? Especially when you walk into somewhere, you walk into a room and you're like, why did I come in here? I feel like that's mom brain. Being a mother, just your brain is not the same. Okay, so I have to do my umbrella, but as you can see, whoops, no, you can't see because I'm not holding it on the camera. You can see how your little pieces move around in there. How cute is that? So the little flower is one of our pieces. And then I want to do, so I'm going to do the same pink in the middle of the umbrella so it all kind of coordinates. Oops, getting sequins everywhere. All right, so I can use my pick-me-up here. If you like shakers and you end up wanting to make them regularly, you're going to want this pick-me-up tool. It's awesome. I think somebody else commented that they had a tool that worked as well. I don't remember what it was, but somebody else had a tool they mentioned that they also liked. Okay, so then I've got some green. I don't know. I'm still deciding what I want to do. I don't know if I want to do that green. Hold on. I have some shades of blue, but I don't, this is an older pack of blue here that I have, just like one of these packs. I do want to do some blue because I think it goes with the letters. So let me do blue on here. I need some different colors of blue, though, is the problem. I need some lighter. I do have this lighter blue. Y'all, I just have sequins everywhere. I'm not organized with my sequins because I have so many packs of them that I just feel like they're hard to organize. If you guys have come up with a good system for organizing sequins, please tell me what that is because mine are just in baggies. I'm trying to like mix those up a little bit. Okay. And yeah, the baggie system is not working for me, but it's all I have at the moment. Okay, so there's blue. And then maybe, I don't know if I have enough yellow. Do you think because the boots are yellow? Let me see if I have yellow. All right, there's some yellow in here. Oh, if y'all could see down in here, I mean, Hot Mess Express. Okay, let's do this. This is definite hot mess over here with the sequins. I'm thinking yellow is going to look better than green. Let's do a little gold in there just for some color variation. And I don't really have any other shades of yellow. I think that might be what we're just going to have to stick with. Sometimes you just got to stop while you're ahead, though, and not get carried away and do too many wacky colors. Okay, so a little yellow and gold in there. All right, let me try to contain my sequins before they really get out of control here. And then I've got my umbrella top. And so when I cut this, y'all, some of the acetate comes with a paper backer and some of it doesn't. My particular one that I ordered just came with like a tissue paper backing on it. So I'm just peeling that off. I could have peeled it off before I cut it, but I feel like if I leave it on there when I'm cutting, it helps with the flash, you know, the the scorching on the back, it helps to prevent that because it scorches the paper a little bit and not the plastic. All right, let me make sure this is facing the right way before I go gluing things down here. Yep, that's right. Oh, but it's staticky. Very staticky. Okay, we're going to be real careful with our glue again, y'all. And a little tiny bit around the edge. Not getting any down inside. There we go. Ooh, that laid down on there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. And then our topper. Which is the 1/8 inch wood. If you're interested in some smaller, more beginning shaker sets, I do have some in my Etsy shop. If you're a club member, you can, of course, use your 50% off code. They are really fun to make, but there are simpler ones than this. This is a little bit more of an advanced shaker just because there's so many elements to it. Maybe little bottles. You run from sequins and glitter. Hey, Kay, how are you, girl? I haven't seen you in forever. Nikki, that's called the Silhouette Pick Me Up. So it's with the paper crafting stuff at the craft store. If you look at the Cricut and Silhouette aisle, you can buy it by itself. They sell it on Amazon too, but it also comes in like a kit of like Cricut and Silhouette tools. Okay, so that is it. I can't wait to get a picture of it because it does look much prettier in person than it does on camera. Just the colors are more vivid. So there's our little, shaker pieces. So fun. And these tabletop signs, you guys, I have 2 easels, okay, that I sell with some of my signs. So I have a tabletop easel and then I have a little mini easel that I use for some of my smaller like tiered tray signs. If you are in my club, I've given you both of those for free. I just posted them recently and I did a live showing them to y'all, but the big easel and the little easel are in there. So this works with the big easel, which is the tabletop one. Thank you so much, guys. It was really fun to make. I really enjoyed making this. So I'll take a picture of it and post it for you guys. And we will do, let's see, what are we doing tomorrow? We're doing the bunnies tomorrow, and I'm going to show you how to do the beads on the little rattan bunny Easter basket tag. So that's going to be our first bonus file. So thank y'all so much for hanging with me. What April says, oh, absolutely love it. Going to have to track down some 1/8 inch. Yeah, you definitely need some 1/8 inch to make these. I think it would work out better if you had some 1/8 inch. Okay, guys, well, thank you so much. If you haven't gotten on the waiting list, please do so. The link's in the video description. And I hope to see some new members join in tomorrow. I'm super excited at all the projects we have coming up. And I will see you again tomorrow for the bunny tags. Thank y'all so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.